Richard Chang. Come on up, Richard Chang.
But, you know, I own a local engineering firm here. We do product development engineering, but I'm actually not here to talk about them. So I will achieve number 5 off the bat of North pitching. I'm actually going to talk about an issue that occurred at my very first job out of college. I got a degree in naval architecture and engineering from University of Michigan, and quite a few are probably going to go, what the hell is that? It's basically ship design. It's not marketable, and I got the hell out of that program as soon as I graduated. But the cool thing is I managed to get into a company called Advanced Network Services, which is a spinoff from University of Michigan. And what we did is we actually created the first internet public backbone. So I think if I did a poll here of how many people use the internets, let's see if, all right. How many of you were using the internet in 1996? All right. How many of you are using the internet in 1996 via AOL with the little CDs and everything, right? All right. My next question is, how many of you remember a 19-plus hour outage in 1996? Maybe a few of you? All right. Well, that was my company that I was at. Basically, you know, throughout my career, you know, this is my current company that I founded. It's my 6th startup, basically. The other 5 that I did are ones that I was either like, you know, a co-founder or I was a very early member of that. And throughout my career, like I've learned various things through each of these experiences. And one of the things I learned from this particular experience at ANS is sometimes cheaper is not better. And I had a second one, but the liquor is really making my brain mush, so I don't remember that one. But the main one is the cheaper is not better is the one I want to chat about. Basically what happened is when you guys that were dialing to AOL, you were using a modem. At 56K at that time, we're just like, oh my God, this is so fast. Nowadays, we're just like, Jesus Christ, that's so slow, right? We want 6 megs or higher from our internet connection through Comcast. Well, let me raise this hand. How do you get really pissed off when your internet is down for like a minute? Yeah. Yes, exactly. Can you imagine it being down for 19 plus hours? Well, what happened is at the time, we had a 56K network basically running the entire internet backbone. We were AOL's prime provider. They were the internet provider at the time with 6 million plus subscribers. Well, we wanted to upgrade. And at the time, we were at 56K. We said, all right, we have 2 choices. We have Cisco, which I'm sure all of you have heard about. They're one of the biggest network providers here, or one of the competitors who was basically a startup. They said, hey, you know what? If you guys take our routers or want to do backbone, we'll basically give it to you for free, and you just give us a ton of press. We're like, hell yeah. You know, Cisco, as you know, for a lot of you, they're really expensive. So we said, well, if we're going to Cisco, we'll go with this other company. Well, they decided in 1996 they wanted to do a major software upgrade. So we said, all right, cool, we have a maintenance window in the middle of the night. So 1 a.m., we start loading this software. Well, what happens is the software had a big enough bug that if the router detected an issue, it would reboot, which is fine if it reboots. But the problem is it would send a broadcast out to basically say, oh my God, I am so unhappy. I'm going to tell every router that I'm connected to reboot. Well, when you have 50 plus routers that are spread throughout the internet that are basically driving this forward, they all start going, oh crap, I'm being told I need to reboot. So we just start rebooting. That brings the entire internet down because packets can't get through and no traffic is going through. So what we ended up having to do is we had to hire people to go to every single one of these locations and power down all these routers and let all these messages that were ping-ponging back and forth to do the reboots to finally shut down, which is why it took us 19 hours. And that was a big learning lesson for me to basically say, you know what, sometimes cheaper is not better. Going with a little more expensive solution, whether this is, you know, a particular provider, for instance, maybe my engineering firm that could help you out with some problems and stuff like that. You know, sometimes, you know, the more expensive route could actually help you out with that. But, you know, that's something that I would love you to take away from this is that, you know, sometimes you got to really weigh the pros and cons between the decisions that you make. And sometimes the one that, from the most obvious state, doesn't look to be the most endearing or enticing option may actually in the end be the best solution for you to take because it's going to cause you the least amount of pain long term. So that's it. Thanks.